Hi everyone, Billy here, the co-founder of Trade Prosper, and welcome to Section 10, Video 5, and what exactly is meant by the moneyness of an option. An option strike rate versus the market determines whether or not this option is more or less valuable than if you just did something at the same rate as the market. And an option strike rate therefore can be observed at different points in time. So you can look at the strike rate when you put the option on, so in other words at the trade inception date, or continuously as the market moves throughout the life of your option. You can reference to your option being in or out of the money when comparing your strike at that point to where the market is trading. So let's have a look at this. In all cases, whether we look at this at inception or during the life of the trade, we will reference the actual underlying price rate. So in other words, if you have an option on a share, what is the current share price? And then we will compare that share price to where our option strike rate is. And let's look at a call option first. There are three states of moneyness that we're going to reference. So let's just assume at first the current spot rate of the underlying instrument, let's say this is a share we're going to buy, is trading at $100. If we wish to trade an option where the strike rate of the option is $50, the strike rate of that option is in fact better than where the market is. So the term that we will use in this instance is that the option is struck in the money. So in other words, we can buy the shares at $50, which is lower or better off than where the current market is traded. The second state of moneyness is if we buy an option at exactly the same rate as where the current market is trading. That option does not have any benefit in relation to the market. So in other words, you can buy the share via the market at $100 or the share via the option at $100, both prices being exactly the same. And as such, we reference this strike to be at the money. So in other words, this option strike rate is no better or worse than where the current market is. The third state of moneyness can be looked at as follows. With the current spot rate of the underlying share at $100, should we decide to do a call option with a strike rate of $150, you can see that in this instance, the call rate is worse off than where the market is. So in other words, instead of being able to buy the shares at $100, we are now willing to buy the shares at $150. So in this instance, we are referencing our call strike as being out of the money. And how does this look for put options? Well, the nice thing is it is actually just the reverse of all the stuff I've showed you. So in this example, remember, when we are doing put options, we are now selling shares against our option. So in this instance, if I look at the option rate being at 150 when the market is trading at 100, would you agree that if I'm able to sell at 150 relative to the market of 100, the option price is in my favor, and as such, the option strike rate is referenced as in the money. Again here, if I have a put option at $100 when the market is trading at $100, the strike rate is no better or worse than where the market is. And once again, we will reference this strike as being an at the money put option. And finally, what if we choose a put option struck at $50 when the market is at 100? You can see in this instance, if we were to exercise our option, we are going to sell the shares at a lower rate than where the market is trading. So our strike rate is worse off than where the market is. And in this instance, we'll reference the put strike as being out of the money. Now that you understand the moneyness of an option, we are ready to move forward and explain a couple of actual strategies that we can use. So I invite you to move on to Section 11, where we'll kick off this process. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.